Welcome back. I'm Jennifer Mata-McMahon. A lot of things have happened, so I thought I would catch you up on my life while I get ready. It's Sunday, so this is going to be a very light get ready with me, but in any case, we can chit chat, right? I'm going to wear my cat ears to get my face ready for makeup and my hair out of the way, and let's get into it. Let me see, should I zoom you in? That's the question. Or should I just sit here and do my makeup? Using my trusty, this is by the way, the mirror that I use. It's a mirror that Mike got me a long time ago, and it has this 8 times magnifying side, and then the regular side, which is the one I use to do my makeup. I don't know, I'm hoping that the lighting will work, although I can see that half of my face is in shadow and half of it is lit because the windows are on this side and I have the blinds open so I can get some natural light. But not everything is lit, so bear with me. I would turn on the light that is up here on this side, but it's yellow based. Let me see, let me try that. Be right back. Okay, we are off to an excellent start, aren't we? I'm gonna scoot you this way so that you're, there we go. There we go. Oh, the last time I did a video like this, Maxie was here and he was sleeping in the background. Remember that? Maxie is in Chicago. So let's start with the updates and the makeup, which is, yeah, the whole purpose of this whole thing. Oh, another thing is I have this jingly bracelet. That's the whole story that I want to tell you. But I'm wearing it because I don't want to take it off. Mike gave this to me, and it's a Tiffany bracelet, and it has the little Tiffany heart, but it also has a Chicago charm. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a postcard from Chicago. And then it has a little heart with a U.S. flag in it because I became a U.S. citizen. Yeah, hoogity. Yes, I became a U.S. citizen on, whoops. I'm using my Becca, I never remember what this is called. First Light Priming Filter, the purple one. It brightens, it takes the sallowness out of your face, so if your face is looking a little bit yellow, this is good. It doesn't do much for my pores, but it does, you know, help with the yellowness and the looking like death because winter has prevailed and sun has not been present at all, so there's no tan happening here. And I don't self-tan, so if I don't get natural sun, which I always have, I already have a moisturizing, tinted moisturizer with SPF in it, and I wear that every day, so it's not like I'm gonna get much of a tan anyway, but this is good for that. Anyhow, last Monday, today is Sunday when I'm filming this. Last Monday, I was sworn in as a no, that's what my mother-in-law was saying. You get sworn in today, like sworn into a position. No, I took oath. I took citizenship oath, and I'm using my e.l.f. This one has SPF as well, SPF 15. And the only thing I don't like about this one is that the pump, now it's going to work perfectly, but the pump sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't work, so there you go. So it had my ceremony, my citizenship ceremony, and Mike came for it, and we went on Monday. We drove over to Greenbelt, to the courthouse, because since I was gonna get my name changed to include my married name, and there was a Y in my name that I've never really used, but it's in my passport and in my birth certificate, and I wanted to get rid of that. So because of that, I had to take my oath. I had to go, my ceremony, my citizenship ceremony had to be in the courthouse and not in just a regular immigration's office, like the one that I had the interview in. So we drove out to this courthouse, and we were there, and it was a really nice ceremony. And after that, when we came home, well, we were gonna go for lunch to celebrate, but Mike was flying out back to Chicago that day because it was a Monday, and he had flown in Friday night, spent the weekend, and was here for Monday's ceremony, and was going back. So we didn't have time to go for lunch because he had to go catch the flight, and he was taking Maxie with him. So he took Max back to Chicago because I had a conference that I just came back from yesterday to go to, and I was going to be out of town for several days, and of course Maxie can't stay here by himself, and I don't have a place here that I've identified yet that I like to keep him, to board him. You know what I've noticed is about this foundation is it doesn't seem to be the most high coverage foundation, which is fine with me because I really don't like high coverage. I don't like cake face. I don't like to look like I have this ton of makeup on my face. And frankly, I don't really need it, because what my face would need is a little bit of a lift, of a tightening, and no foundation is going to give me that. I don't have a lot of scars. I don't have a lot of, blemishes or things to cover. So a light coverage is fine with me. And I've been doing this. I've been skipping primer and just putting foundation on my eyelids and calling it a day. Or concealer. Too many steps, too little time. But I noticed I took a different sponge with me. This is the Beauty Blender, the original Beauty Blender. And I took a different sponge, which I don't remember what the brand is because it came in a Ipsy bag years ago. But it's harder. And what I noticed is that with the Beauty Blender, the coverage seems to be easier to obtain. The little coverage that this foundation provides seems to be easier to obtain than with the other sponge. And of course I could always use a brush, so that's what I was doing. I was going in with a brush to get the coverage, and then I was going over it with the sponge to smooth it out, because the finish with the sponge is much smoother. You don't have like brush strokes, and you can also again get the coverage down a little bit with the sponge because the sponge will soak up the product a bit. So yeah, the other sponge that I was using, I think, was too dense, and it was just moving the product around but not really helping it to sink into the skin, and I wasn't getting coverage, like practically nothing. It was very weird. So I think it's the sponge that wasn't doing its job, whereas I've used that sponge before and I've liked it, but I don't know, this time around it was just not doing its job. Okay, so base is done. Let's do concealer, and it's way back here. My Maybelline Fit Me one. This is the one I've been using regularly lately. And so back to my story, Mike was leaving that day, so we couldn't go for dinner. And the other thing, for lunch or dinner, we were never intended to go for dinner because that was going to be too late. But we were going to go to lunch. We ended up going to McDonald's, and I told passing through the drive-through, eating in the car to get home, to pick his stuff, to drive over to the airport and drop him off, right? So just to get something to eat. But I was telling Mike, this is the quintessential American meal, right? So it kind of makes sense. The day that you become a citizen, you go for McDonald's, right? You're a true American. now. Anyway, when we got home, he was going to give me the bracelet in the restaurant, which we didn't go to. And when we got home, he gave me this gift. And it's very intentional because it has Chicago, where him and the gift and everything is coming from and where we met. But it also has the U.S. now because I'm a U.S. citizen. And he said he had ordered a Venezuelan flag charm as well that hasn't arrived yet. And I thought that was the sweetest thing ever. I mean, isn't that the sweetest thing ever? And so I don't want to take my charm bracelet off. And that's why Maxie is not there. So all that story is to tell you the good news that I'm now a U.S. citizen. Full blown. Oh, I already applied for my passport because I'm going to Canada in April, and I had to expedite it because of that. And I'm gonna need that passport to travel. So I am fully blown a U.S. citizen. And Maxie's not here, and I have this bracelet, and all of those things were in that story. So there you go. So I updated you on a lot of things. Let's do powder. Let's set this with some powder. And I've been loving my Laura Mercier, my mini one, and I still have the pouch in the bag because I take it with me places, and that's where I store it so it doesn't get dirty. Man, I'm out of breath already. But I use it with the pouch. Even under my eyes, I press and roll kind of thing. Yeah. So the other thing I wanted to share with you is I went to this conference on play, and oh my goodness, the amount of connections that I made of people that are doing things that are really interesting. I made connections for two things that I have been working on, and it's going to be really great to be able to get the help of others. One is a survey that I'm working on with two colleagues, and we are trying to get 360 responses to the survey so that we can run some statistics and check on the survey's reliability. So in order to run like Cronbach alpha, which we need for reliability, and factor analysis, which we need to see if the different factors of the survey are loading right on where they're supposed to load, and all this jazz. We need at least 10 responses per item, and initially we had 26 items, and we started collecting them, and we collected 33 responses, and that's what I've been presenting on are the findings of those 33 responses. But that's not a lot, right? So on the open-ended findings of those 33 responses. But the Likert scale items is the quant data, the one that can be run for factor analysis to be able to determine if the actual instrument that we designed, the survey that we designed, is reliable. And what happened was that we talked to survey design experts, and they said that we could improve our survey even before validating it, improve it in terms of the design. We had already content validated it with experts, but validate it in terms of survey design. And so we did that, and we ended up with 36 items. So now we had to kind of ditch the 33 that we already had obtained, because it's a different survey with now 36 items instead of 26. And then now we need 360 responses instead of 210, right? So, or 260. So we kind of have started from scratch again. So what was happening, I'm using my trusty butter bronzer that has, look at that pan. excited. What happened was that, so far we have 27 responses of those 360 that we need. So here in the conference, at this conference that I was at, I would ask everybody, is it possible, do you work with teachers? Is it possible that I send you a link and you, so I have, and a lot of people said yes. So I have now business cards of people that have said that sure, that they would pass it on, that to send it to them and they would pass it on. And people from other countries too, people from New Zealand, people from England that would pass it on to help us pilot this. So I am super duper excited to have gone and made all those connections and just send that. So today at some point I'm going to send emails to all of these people, to all of the people that gave me the green light, sort of, and send them the link. So hopefully we'll get a lot more responses. We really need to get the 360 to be able to pilot this. I'm just contouring a little bit, like my nose, with my Catrice Prime and Fine contouring palette, professional contouring palette. And I always use this one, but not the highlight. So that was one thing that was really, really exciting. The other thing that was exciting was that there were a lot of folks there that came from institutions that have lab schools, and I want to open a lab school. I wanted to open it when I was in Chicago. They didn't seem interested, didn't think it was possible, didn't really want to pursue it, and I wasn't going to pursue this by myself. That was one of the things that really deterred me from that place, was that things that I would come up with and things that I think would be awesome for the program and even for the entire department and maybe even for the entire college, people would just like poo-poo and just not. Here, people are really excited about creating a lab school. So I've been looking into it. So I found a lot of, I want to say like 4, maybe even 5 people, if I remember correctly, that I spoke to that have lab schools and would be really keen to letting me visit and see what their lab school is all about, and see if there are aspects of their lab school that we could replicate here in the university in Maryland. And yay, I am so excited. There's one in Canada, and I'm going to Canada, and maybe I'll get to visit that one. But there's one in Delaware, one in Cincinnati. When I go back to Chicago, I think I want to go to the lab school in Chicago. And I'm forgetting, but I think there was like 2 more that I don't remember right now, but yay. So those were the 2 things that happened in the conference that I'm super duper psyched about. Okay, my face is done. Base, primer, foundation, concealer, bronzer, contour. Perfect. Let's do the eyes. Okay, so what am I going to do for eyes? I don't know. I'll be right back. Let me think about this. Okie doke. So I chose the Lorac Pro. What is this? This is the 3, the 4. The Lorac Pro 4. Yeah, the Lorac Pro 4. And it's the one that has sort of the mauve colors. Isn't that pretty? I rarely use this, and it's because it's hidden and I have so many things, which is why I'm on a no-buy, right? So I'm gonna go with Cognac, which is this one, and do that, or apply that in my crease. That's kind of, and I wanted to use Lorac shadows again. I've been meaning to use them. I've been using the Anastasia ones a lot, and my ColourPop ones, even the Milani ones, and have been neglecting my Lorac shadows. And I really like these shadows. They're so buttery. Okay, so what was I saying? I was talking about the conference and the people that I met and all of the things that all the connections that I was able to make to advance the survey project and to find out about their lab schools and see how I can use their expertise and their experience with lab schools to set up ours. I think that's going to be really, really amazing. Aside from that, the conference was really great. I met a really incredible person that is a graphic designer, but she does these little houses, little towns actually, that you can buy that are for play, that are for children to play in. And they are wooden structures that resemble storefronts and just city, like skylines for cities that you can go in. Not cities, towns, because they have, it's like that's what it is. She calls it Main Street, Little Main Street. So she got the idea from, Main Street from Disneyland, and it's similar to that, but it's a play area. And she has patented and sells those structures, but she has this program where you can, buy them piece by piece. You don't have to buy the entire Main Street or Little Main Street at the same time. You can go piece by piece, and you can also get funding for it because it's for children. And it can be set outdoors or indoors, and it's for children to play. It's wonderful. I love it. I love the idea. And it's really open-ended. You can fill it up with whatever kinds of materials you want to promote pretend play in children. It is awesome sauce. So yeah, I met her. She is also a graphic designer, and she does what's her website is Live, Create, and Play. I think it is Live, Create, Play, because she thought about, and I thought this was ingenious, right? She thought about what she wanted to do, what she wanted her life to be like, what she wanted to, sort of what her image wanted to be based on what she wanted her life to be. So going deep in determining what you want for yourself, and then having that be your brand, having that be the image of your company or the image of the services that you provide, right? So that's her whole philosophy. So she came up with the name Live, Create, Play, because that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to live her life, she wanted to create things, and she wanted to play and have fun while she was doing it, so that's her website. And I thought it would be brilliant if she could look at all the stuff that I have online, my website, my channels, my social media, my blog, and all the stuff that I have online, and see if she could, with her help, I could come up with an idea of how I want all this to come together, and have her make the imagery for it. And so I think she's going to be fantastic at doing that. So I need to check out her website, check out her, what her services, the cost for her services, and so on, and then start working with her and see what she can do for me, if I can afford her, right? So, because that's the other thing with. And she says she does all the imagery, the message, the graphic design, and all this, and then the technology pairs with someone else to do websites and to put it all online. And I have a website and I pay for my server space, but I want to unify everything and make everything cohesive and make it all be in one place, because right now I feel like it's not all in one place. Oh my goodness, I took this Java one, which is this row over here is all of mattes, and then this row down here is all of shimmers, and I took this Java, which is like the second to last darkest color, and put it in my outer V to deepen and darken my eye. And what's happening is it's really, really dark. I thought because it was shimmer and I was kind of buffing it out, it would be okay, but oh my goodness, this is dark. And it's Sunday today, and I'm like in sweats, and I might go out to see a house, but that's about it. I'm gonna be home. And if I do go out to see a house, I also wanted to go out and get a mani-pedi. My nails are a mess because I've had this nail polish for over a week, and like a week and a half now, and we all know that my nail polish lasts a week, and more than that I'm just pushing it, and it just starts to look very wonky. I don't know what it is. Is it that they're not blending well, or what? I'm not sure. But of course, if I made a mess in one eye, I have to go make it in the other one so they're even, right? Jesus. Okay. Yeah, so I'm really excited because I met her at that conference, and she, I think, is going to be able to help me organize my media, digital presence online. So I like that. So look at that. What are we thinking? I made a mess, right? Yeah. Okay, so I am going to try to clean this up I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush in a lighter color. I'm going to go with this rosebud right here, pink it up a bit, and see if that helps. See if that helps. Let's hope it does. Okay. Just try to blend that out a bit with a lighter color. No. I don't know. I think this is going to end up looking like I have a big bruise in my eye. Which is not the case, but you know. Anyway, how are you guys doing? What's up with you? How's your life going? I have so much work to do. It's not even funny. Because I spent the past 4 or 5 days out, and now I have to come back and get back into catch up mode. I'm just gonna leave it at that because I think I'm making it worse and worse and worse. I didn't realize that this really dark shadow is not going to blend as well. And it's not blending. You know what I think it was? That I didn't put a primer on. I just put some foundation, and I really did not set that foundation. So I think that it just clung to, the eyeshadow clung to the stickiness of the foundation, and that's why I have so much brown there that now does not want to fade out. In real life, it doesn't look terrible, especially because I have hooded eyes, and if I look straight forward, you can't see the darkness is like behind it, so you can't really see it. Anyway, let me just put something light on the lid and see if that lightens the eyelid. I'm gonna do this silver mauve color right here. Let me see. That way you can see better, right? This silver mauve. So I used this to deepen, and this was the Kiss of Death. I used that in the crease, and then this to try to lighten the Kiss of Death, and it really didn't do much. Okie doke. Okay, so let's do the silver mauve on the lid and call it a day. Let's do this eye first. I noticed, I think we can move from talking about work and and all of that, which seems to be, you know, it's my favorite topic of conversation, because I get so excited about what I do that I just want to share it with everybody, and this is what I learned, this is what I'm doing now, and this is, and I'm doing so many different things. That's the thing too, that I feel like sometimes I feel that my stress stems from getting myself involved and saying yes to so many things. But also, it's not just about saying yes or saying no, it's about me coming up with ideas of things that I want to do and getting really excited and into them, and then not being overwhelmed, but having my plate overly full with all great things that I want to do, but that I don't necessarily have time to do. So yeah, there's that. I said I was going to use a light color to try to lighten this eye, and look what happened. This turns out to be a really, really smoky eye, which was not my intent for a leisurely Sunday. I have a call today for kind of like a book club that we were doing, but I don't think I'm going to participate because I haven't read it. So I'm not going to get on it. Plus I have so many things to do. I'm going to disappoint Deb. But Deb is my colleague that I saw her at the conference, and we worked together in the I'm gonna stop this right here, because I feel like I'm making it worse and worse and worse. Okay, I really like this palette. It's nice, and if you're not in a crazy mood, like I seem to be in today, you can get really nice looks. And the eyeshadows, for the most part, are very buttery and very blendable, the Lorac shadows. But they're very powdery, so they have a lot of kick up, and they're pigmented, so as you can see, things can get dark quickly. So be mindful of that if you're using one of these palettes. But other than that, I really, really like them. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go in with a lightening powder under my eye to see if I can bring some light back into my life. NYX banana powder, banana finishing powder. Just put that under my eyes and see if that, then cleaning up this area over here as well. Yeah, so Deb runs that. She's leading the interest forum that we're all facilitating, but she's leading it. And so we have some members of the interest forum and some facilitators that come together, and we're reading the Book of Joy by the Dalai Lama and someone else, I can't remember right now, but I haven't been reading it. I participated in the first time we met, we read the first chunk of the book, and then we were reading the second chunk, and I just didn't do it, didn't have time, because again, I get myself involved in a ton of things and then can't do it. I'm using the Benefit cheek palette. It's called Cheekathon, and this is an older one, but I'm gonna go in with this light pink color to see if I can lighten my face a bit. It's called Dandelion. This one has Hula, has Rocketeer, has Coralista, and Dallas. And Dandelion is a really light pink color that sometimes does not show much pigment on my skin because it's so light. But here we go. Something is showing up. My eye, my right eye has been watering a ton, so I put makeup on and it just waters and waters. I'm gonna do my brows, my mascara and liner, and maybe my lips. I'm gonna use this for highlight, and I'll be right back because this is getting too long. Okay, I'm back. I've done some things. My eye is still watering, and now it's watering on this side, so out both ends. Not good, not good. Okay, so I curled my lashes, applied some mascara. I'm still working on this guy. I did my eyeliner. Love this thing, Lottie London AM to PM Kohl eyeliner pencil, and Mocha, the brown one, bomb biggity. What else did I do? Oh, I did my highlighter, the Essence Pure Nude. I think that's it. And I'm about to do, oh no, I did my eyebrows as well. And I used this one from L'Oreal. It's the Brow Stylist Boost and Set from L'Oreal, and I combed them through with this, but I didn't use the actual e.l.f. pencil on my brows. My eyebrows are crazy. I need to get them done. They're so bushy and shapeless that it's an issue. I need to get them done. But okay, this is what the eye looked like at the end. I'll show you a better shot with the natural light coming in. The blush looks like I have nothing on. That dandelion blush is just, I think it's just not for me. It really looks like nothing. Maybe see, let me just see if I'll use this Raw Couture one and see, put that on top and see if that helps. But it really looks like I have nothing on my face. It might be the light as well. That happens to me often. I put on blush and I think, oh, I have nothing, why? And I keep on putting on and I keep on putting on, it doesn't show up, and what's wrong with this blush? And I can't say, and then I go to the bathroom, and then with the bathroom light, I look like a clown. I look like I have blush all over my face, and I start like taming it down, and yikes. But I don't know what it is with me and blush. I remember when I was younger and didn't really wear all that much makeup and was not that into makeup and didn't wear foundation basically at all. I would just wear powder and then blush on top and whatnot. The blush would evaporate from my face. I felt like my face sucked it up, and then in a matter of hours I was like pale face again because my blush had completely gone. Anyway, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat in a Pillow Talk, the mini version, which I find that the mini version is a little darker than the full-size one that I have. I don't know, the mini version came in a kit, so I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use the Pillow Talk lipstick that came in the same kit. This kit was one I bought because I wanted to use some of Charlotte Tilbury's products. I only had the full size, which is, you can see it's bigger than this, but it's on this, I've sharpened this quite a bit. This is the only product from Charlotte Tilbury that I had, and I thought getting that set I can try a lot of things, but really I've only tried these two because it came with a mascara, which I have not tried. It came with a pencil, eyeshadow. I think I've tried that once, and then the other thing it came with is I think an eyeliner, which I have not tried. So see what happens when you buy things that you don't need. You don't use them. Pillow Talk. Beautiful. This one though is a matte. It's obviously a mini Pillow Talk lipstick. It's a matte one from her line. I don't know if she has moisturizing ones, but this one's definitely a matte one. And I feel like I need a lip gloss on top, which might defeat the purpose of the color, right? But I'm gonna do it anyway. So I'm gonna use my Milani. This is Soft Rose, and it's a lip gloss. It's a newer one from them, or for me, from them. I got it towards the end of last year. Just a little bit. Spread that around. Do you do that? Put your finger in and to get the excess so it doesn't stain your teeth? I've done that since I was, I don't know, since I started using the products. I'm going to use this one, which is almost done. Okay, so setting spray, and we are good to go. I love this. I could continue to spray because I really like it, and I like how it feels on my face. I am going to... I'll be right back. Okie doke. There we are. I'm gonna do my last step, as I always go in with a fluffy brush to kind of get all things melded together. I wanted to do my makeup early today. It's because one of the things I want to do today is wash my brushes. I haven't washed my brushes in a while, and they're due for a good cleaning. Okie doke. I think we are done. Let me get these ears out of the way and I can show you. How's my hair looking? Mess. A mess. Look how it's grown. I have like an inch or maybe more than an inch of hair growth that you can see the darkness of my hair peeking through the highlights that I got back in January. So it's what? It's mid-March, and these highlights from like the end of January or so. But let me show you the finished look close to the window so that we got good light. There it is. Look at the mess I made. I'm gonna pick that up. I need those products to put their names in the video while I edit, but this is it. Okie doke, folks. The intent was not to do it was a get ready with me, but more updating you on things that have happened, like my citizenship, which I'm really excited about, and things that I learned and people that I contacted and connected with during the conference that I was at. I hope you are having a lovely, lovely day. This is probably, today is Sunday, but this is probably gonna air tomorrow, Monday, and I hope you're having a good one. I miss doing this. There's something going on in my lip. I noticed it yesterday. It's inflamed. It's like, but only here. I don't know what it is, but I hope it doesn't burst. My neighbors are looking at me. Anyway, hope you have a good one. I will see you again soon. Bye.